Imagine paying for karate lessons, only to watch your instructor get his head kicked in. Now imagine how much worse it would be if the instructor was your dad. From 1985, this is No Retreat, No Surrender. I'm Jay Harangue and I've wasted hours of my life watching terrible films.
You should subscribe.
This is Jason and he's the main character.
Hi.
He learns karate at his dad Tom's dojo in LA and he wants to be just like Bruce Lee. But oh no, some gangsters from New York come in and they want to take over all the dojos in California. Why? No idea, but that's what's happening. Tom's like, well, this is my dojo and it's not for sale. And they're like, well, we're going to have to teach you a lesson then.
Karate is not to be used aggressively.
Then there's this fight. Tom starts winning, so Jean-Claude Van Damme joins in. In this, he's called the Russian. Jason's like, oh no, Dad. He goes after the Russian, but he's got no chance. Tom decides that the only thing they can do is leave LA and move to Seattle. So we get to see their journey there in what feels like real time. This scene goes on and on and on. Until they arrive at their new house. Jason's really keen to get all his karate stuff set up. But hang on. Who's this? It's their new neighbor, RJ. Yeah. Bear in mind this came out in 1985 when they didn't see an issue with RJ riding around with a ghetto blaster playing rap music attached to his bike or seeing a stranger with a basketball and running over there like a rat up a drain pipe. RJ's not the only baller on this block though. Jason's got some skills too. Yeah. So now they're best friends. As RJ helps Jason carry his wooden man inside, we see this guy Scott. He's the neighborhood bully, and he's fat. So obviously he's stuffing his face with cake.
Obviously.
Inside, Jason's showing RJ some of his karate moves. RJ doesn't know much about karate. I wonder if you can guess what RJ is good at, though.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Yep.
Well, I dance a bit and I'm really quick. I rock to the beat so viciously.
Isn't that a little...
No.
1985, remember? And it gets better, because RJ's a pretty good dancer too. Yeah! 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 But oh no, he's fallen over.
Oh no!
Before you ask, yes, I've already included that in the dance montage at the end.
Good.
Because Jason's obsessed with Bruce Lee, RJ offers to take him to his grave.
All right.
The next day, we see Scott, the fat neighbor, in his front yard. He hates RJ, and he hears him coming, because RJ seems to always be accompanied by this music.
I'm bad. I'm cleaning the clean. I'm bad. I got plenty of dope.
Yeah.
I told you couldn't run away forever.
But RJ manages to bite his face and skate off. Scott tries to chase him, but when he jumps over this thing, RJ uses his skateboard to bring him down. So now it's time to take Jason to Bruce Lee's grave. Jason has a bunch of flowers and starts talking to the headstone.
I want to be like you someday.
This is shit. Later that day, we see Scott in this fast food place, and of course, he's stuffing his face again.
Of course.
He has a gang of people who are only friends with him because he buys them food. And oh no, he's seen RJ outside.
It's that slime ball, RJ.
So Scott and his friends attack him. Luckily, Jason's walking past.
Who's the lard ass?
Get him! All right, no retreat, no surrender.
Then they run away. When Jason gets home, his dad knows he's been fighting and he's like, I don't want you fighting, go to your room. So Jason storms off to his room, absolutely raging. This scene is ridiculous. He then runs into the garage and starts unloading on this kick bag. The next day, when he's calmed down, Jason and RJ are watching the National Karate Championships on TV. The winner, Ian Riley, just so happens to have a gym in Seattle, so they go there to check it out. Jason's thinking of joining, so he starts filling out an application form.
Hey, yo, do you have to spell your name?
This guy Dean comes over and tells Jason to join a class starting now so he can try it out. But oh no, Scott's in this class and he tells Dean about the fight yesterday, but he says it started because Jason was slagging off Seattle karate. So Dean gets this guy Frank to teach Jason a lesson. So Jason's like, fuck this, I'm leaving, and never coming back. An unspecified time later, all the students in that class are at this girl Kelly's birthday party. Kelly is karate champion Ian Riley's sister, and Dean wants to shag her. Ian gets a phone call telling him to get to his dojo in half an hour if he wants to keep his business, so he goes straight down there. Oh, it looks like this Kelly girl is Jason's girlfriend.
Right.
Apparently they met in LA last summer.
That is an incredible story.
Ian arrives at his dojo and look who it is. It's gangsters from New York, and they're like, we're taking over Seattle now, so you need to join us. But Ian's like, no. Back at the party, Dean tells Jason to piss off because Kelly is his. Then Scott throws food at Jason and Dean beats him up, so Jason leaves the party humiliated, despite Kelly doing her best to stop him.
Jason, don't do this!
Jason heads straight to Bruce Lee's grave to ask his headstone for advice.
They're out to get me. I can't handle it. Sensei Lee, you have to help me!
That was a bit weird.
Yes.
When he gets home, his dad sees he's been fighting again, and he's like, right, that's it. You're not using the garage anymore, and starts taking all of his Bruce Lee stuff down.
Don't do that! No!
Jason runs over to RJ's house, where RJ tells him about an empty house he can stay at. It doesn't have electricity or running water, but that's fine. All Jason needs is his training equipment and pictures of Bruce Lee.
Uh-huh.
RJ helps him move in, and Jason thanks him for his help.
No retreat?
No surrender.
Yeah. Okay, if you think this film seems crap already, it's about to get a whole lot worse.
Really?
Really?
That night, Jason is visited by the ghost of Bruce Lee.
What?
Yep, that's what happens. I know I say this all the time, but this is shit. For one thing, this actor looks absolutely nothing like Bruce Lee, and the next 15 minutes of the film are just them training together, with a bit in between about Jason's dad getting attacked at his bartending job and learning that sometimes violence is the answer.
I've been such a fool.
Tonight, Jason's off to watch RJ at a dance competition. Yeah! If you're wondering why this is in the film, well, it's because Kelly is there. And this is the first time Jason's seen her since her birthday party when he drove off. But all's forgiven within seconds, and they're back together. Now it's back to what I think is supposed to be the main plot. Ian Riley has agreed to a team fight between a team from his dojo, the Seattle Sidekicks, and the gangsters team, the Manhattan Maulers. If Ian's team wins, the gangsters have to leave him alone. If the gangsters win, Ian has to hand them his dojo. The Seattle team is Frank, Dean, and Ian Riley. But oh no, the New York team have made a change. They've replaced all three of their members with one man, the Russian. Jason walks in and he's like, oh no, that's the guy who beat up my dad. He goes to warn Ian about how deadly the Russian is. Ian's like, whatever, Jason, I'm the national karate champion. But things start to look worrying when the Russian makes quick work of Dean. After some Van Damme splits, it's Frank's turn. Bye, Frank. Ian starts to make a decent go of it, so the Russian starts cheating and strangling him in the corner. Ian's as good as dead now, but when the referee tries to intervene, the Russian just kicks him out of the ring. Then Kelly attacks the Russian with a stool, but he sees her coming and grabs her hair. Jason's not having that, so he enters the ring. I suppose the rules of the competition went out the window when the ref got kicked in the head, so why not? And I'm sure you can guess what happens here. Jason does well at first, but then the Russian starts fighting dirty and gets the upper hand, so Jason's gonna need a moment of inspiration.
No retreat! No surrender!
And apparently that was it.
Oh.
Then Jason remembers everything Bruce Lee has taught him, and we get flashbacks of him learning, before inevitably... So Seattle win, the gangsters leave, everyone's really happy, and Jason's the hero. Yeah! And that's the end of the film. So until next time. Thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe, and please consider joining my Patreon. There's a link in the description. Thank you.